Yeah, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Oh, it did hurt. I knew it was gonna hurt, but I didn't know it was actually gonna hurt.
What is up, guys? It's Danof here, back at it again with a brand new video. Today we're in the city because we're gonna talk about motorcycle safety, the most interesting subject of all. Now don't worry, if you don't have a bike, this will be very informative. If you have a bike, maybe you haven't thought about this. If you don't have a bike, this will be funny. I promise. You will laugh so much. I am the funniest guy alive, if you didn't know. I won an award last year. They said, funniest guy alive. And I was like, yeah, that's me, isn't it? And they're like, no. Oh. Anyways, without further ado, let's just jump right on into it, shall we? I'm dying. I'm dying from heat. I'm hungry and I'm thirsty. Alright, next up is gonna be some stuff about cornering. I know, cornering, but that's what I live for, Danof. I'm not bad at cornering, or are you? Vsauce here. Anyways, that was a great joke. Man, I'm hungry. Anyways, when going into a corner, a very normal accident is you go in a corner, twisting your throttle, and whoopie-doop, it's gravel there. So what do you do to prevent this? You can't. If you go into a corner and there's gravel there, you're fucked up. I'm sorry. There's nothing you can do now. But there was something you could have done. You never, and I mean never, I know how boring never sounds like, but never go into a corner without checking it first. I know, that sounds so fucking boring. It sounds, it's not,
come on man, I have a motorcycle. I go into the corner and I take a corner and I'm like, I'm Jason Statham from Crank, and I'm really fast and...
Yeah, I know, we all feel that, man. I know how it feels like. But truth be told, not checking in advance is the most stupid thing you could do. Because gravel in a corner when you're going fast, you can't save yourself from. And that leads on to the next one, which is the exact same corner, but this time there's no gravel. You're just going way too fast, man. This you can do something against. You know what? I'm just gonna hit this yellow. Oh, I hit the red. Fuck. I'm a disgrace. I'm sorry, Mom. But that means I can get in behind this car. So, going too fast in corner is something you can help from. First of all, know your limitations. Don't go like, yeah, I should be able to start at 80. If you feel insecure, start at fucking 40, man. Start at 20. Start at 10. I don't care what speed you start on. Just work your way up from a comfortable speed until you feel comfortable enough to start hitting that throttle in the corner. But don't just go, I could probably do it at 100. I don't know, man. I don't trust you. You just said you were Jason Statham from that movie Crank, which has nothing to do with motorcycles. I don't even think it rides one in it. So, if you're actually going into a corner too fast, which you should have never done, but let's say you did that. You did that. You fucked up, okay? It's an honest mistake. Everyone fucks up. You gotta ride it out, man. You can attempt trail braking, but that shit's fucking hard, man. I would recommend ride it out. I mean, truth be told, the motorcycle can take the corner in that speed. You're the one limiting the motorcycle. Meaning, if you just kind of believe and you kind of keep throttling it and you don't push your front brake, I don't know, man. Maybe the motorcycle gods are with you. Maybe Ross is looking down and being like, I'll save that man this one time, but only this one time. And I mean, that's beautiful. That is truly beautiful. So first up, you have to become Spider-Man. And what I mean with that is you gotta get that sixth sense, because some of the most normal accidents for motorcyclists are when a car swerves into you because you're in a blind spot or something like that. Let's say, for example, this car in front of me right now, I'm not just watching him, I'm watching the car in front of him, and I'm also watching that car with the little slide on, because that car could drive out, forcing this car to stop, forcing me to stop. So cars have a lot of blind spots, so you always got to remember kind of where their blind spots are, kind of like a spidey sense, am I right? So if a car starts swerving into you, you're not supposed to be surprised. So if a car does something, like for example, let's say a car is in this lane and it starts swerving towards me, I should not be like, oh my god, what is he doing? because I should have already been ready for that he could have done that. For example, now I'm gonna drive in here, but I'm ready to see if he's gonna make the turn, which he didn't. So I'm always ready for them to do something towards me when they're in blind spots. So what you do is you check their tires to see if they're turning or not. You check if you're in a blind spot, all that kind of stuff. You can just Google up where the car's blind spots are, and then you can start training on being invisible. Really, there's some great videos on invisibility training. You can watch that. I like to say that you just gotta get that Spider-Man sense, man. This next one is the easiest one, okay? It's the easy one, guys. You got this. You got this. I believe in you. This one is easy. Gear. I know it sounds pretty fucking hard when I say it like that, but just gear. People that ride without gear think they're invulnerable. Wearing gear decreases your chance of dying with billion percent, okay? Just having, I mean, the helmet, of course, but even just the jacket, the jeans, everything. You got something called, I don't know what it's called in English, but a back plate. It's like a soft cushioning on my back. Without that, if you fall off in around 30 kilometers an hour or 12 miles per hour, I don't know, and if you fall off and land on your back in that, most certainly you will be paralyzed, but with it you will just get in a lot of pain. Because people forget that it's not a crash in 100 kilometers an hour or something that kills you. It could be a crash in 30 kilometers an hour, man. We're weak. We're weak, boys. So when it comes to not dying, wearing gear is kind of good. I don't know if you knew about this, but that's why they made it, and that's why it's called wearing gear. I don't know. It's kind of weird if you ask me. Lastly, in case I put this last, of course, I sometimes change the order for no reason, but I still say lastly, is locking up your brakes. This is also a super common motorcycle accident, and it can prevent it. It's so easy to prevent, okay? First of all, everything almost has ABS these days, so don't worry about it. These days you're free to do whatever the fuck you want. You can brake however hard you want. But if you don't want to crash because you're locking up your brakes like you locked up that beautiful girl on prom day, am I right? Congratulations on the date, Kevin. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Anyways, what you want to do then is basic. This is basic, okay? I don't know why people still don't know this. This brake needs to not... You don't keep pushing it once you brake. You put it in like this and lock. So you don't keep squeezing. You lock it once you brake. And 70% on this bad boy and 30% on the back brake. That's it. That's honestly it. And then you have a correct posture, you know, straighten your back, look up, squeeze your knees to your tank, and that's it. Then you won't lock your brakes and you won't fall off. It's not that hard, but if you don't train it in a moment of sheer panic, you might do it wrong. You might brake too hard. You might keep squeezing the brake. That will lock up your wheel. You know, so just keep training that. That's honestly a thing that you keep training. Like right now, I'm gonna brake correctly. Zoink, and then I keep slowing down. And the harder you do it, the faster you slow down. But you can't like keep squeezing it. Once you started squeezing it, that's it. That's the amount of squeeze you gave it. And that's it, boys. That's it for motorcycle safety, baby. And I told you, I'm the funniest guy alive. This video was hilarious. I was laughing. I had to stop. I had to stop to laugh a little. You know, I was like, ah, ha, ha, you're funny, Danof. And I was like, thank you, Gabriel, because we're two different people when you really think about it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. So if you did enjoy the video, thanks. See, I didn't ask you to smash that like button or subscribe. I'm just gonna say, thanks, dude. Appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one. See you later, Space Ranger.